Just ask Satya Nadella, the engineer at Microsoft who rose to become CEO. When he took over the top job in 2014, he had to figure out a way to make Microsoft relevant as it faced an onslaught from Apple.
We now need to make Microsoft thrive.
The software company struggled to thrive under the leadership of his predecessor, Steve Ballmer. Its products were far from revolutionary. The Surface was a response to the iPad, the Windows Phone an answer to the iPhone. Ballmer has a degree in mathematics and economics from Harvard, which helped balance the books, but didn't do much when it comes to innovation. When Nadella took over, he transformed Microsoft, moving its software to non-Windows devices, for example, bringing Microsoft Word to the iPad and the iPhone. He also expanded its cloud business, Azure, which has become the biggest rival to Amazon's AWS. In his first email to employees as CEO, Nadella wrote, "Our industry does not respect tradition. It only respects innovation." That innovative spirit of engineering saved Microsoft. But it's not easy. It requires risky moves and not accepting failure. As American inventor Thomas Edison famously said, "I have not failed. I've only found 10,000 ways that won't work." James Dyson, the British engineer, knows a thing or two about not giving up. He became frustrated when a vacuum he had at home kept losing suction, so he decided to build a better vacuum himself. He spent 15 years tinkering with over 5,000 different prototypes to come up with the perfect bagless design.
I'd like to give you a little demonstration.
The payoff for his perseverance was a multi-billion-dollar company that bears his name. In order to be successful, Dyson was invested in the fine details of his company.
Engineers aren't afraid to get involved in the day-to-day business, especially when it comes to hiring.
Amazon is notorious for tough interviews. Bezos, who has a degree in electrical engineering and computer science, used to meet every candidate himself during Amazon's early days. He would ask quirky questions like, how many gas stations are there in America? He wasn't after the right answer, but wanted to see whether the candidate had an analytical approach in order to come up with an informed response. Bezos once said setting the bar high for hiring was the most important factor for the online retailer's success.
It's no surprise that engineers make it to the top of the tech industry, which has seen explosive growth over the years. But they're also doing well at non-tech companies.
Like Jeffrey Sprecher, the CEO of the holding company that owns the New York Stock Exchange. He has a degree in chemical engineering.
And I've never had a job that had anything to do with chemistry, but the discipline that I went through there taught me about problem solving, and business is really just that.
Engineers are very good at solving problems, and that's the key to doing everything from building a bridge across a river to designing a rocket to get to Mars.